Sunrise, 11 AM. Our first glimpse of Antarctica. A frozen wilderness warming before our eyes. No British ship has sailed here at this time of year since Shackleton's Endurance. That was crushed by ice. Now we glide through almost open water. We shouldn't be able to make this journey. The very fact we can, in mid-polar winter, is a warning shot across the bows from Mother Nature.
Gee, aren't you going to be cold?
Just a little bit.
Bosun Dave has been making this journey for 39 years. Never this late in the winter.
What do you think it says about how much this place is changing, the fact we're making this journey in June?
In global warming kind of thing, it's pretty unusual. That's what I mean. I wouldn't believe we'd be down here this time of year.
We sail through a sheltered stretch called the Gullet, unencumbered by the sea ice which would have made this route to Rothera almost impossible in the past. The bay next to the British Antarctic Survey Station used to be frozen by now.
Compared to 30 years ago, there is now 1.5 million square kilometres less sea ice than there used to be at this time of the year. That equates to an area 6 times the size of the UK.
The retreat in sea ice is linked to the warming of the ocean, and that's something that we know us humans are doing, so there's a direct signal there of our activity. The implications of this are climatic, in that it affects how reflective the surface of the planet is, so the planet's now absorbing more heat from the sun than it used to. It also removes a protective barrier from around Antarctica and can actually contribute to the destabilisation of the ice sheets.
That's what's happened to the Sheldon Glacier. Without ice acting like a cork, it's collapsing into the sea, retreating several kilometres, and creating this entire bay which used to look like land. Back on board, Mike and his colleague Rhiannon revisit a different glacier they saw carve 3 million tonnes of ice in the summer 6 years ago. Unbelievably, they film it happening again.
Oh my God.
This time at night in the winter.
That's detached from underneath.
To stand there and see it directly in front of us was incredible. It was really unexpected. It really hit home that we're seeing some rapid changes to the region and we don't know what the consequences of that will be.
The theory is ice collapse on this scale causes underwater tsunamis.
So I'm going to switch this one on.
The team are monitoring water samples to understand how those waves release heat, carbon and nutrients into the environment, not to mention huge amounts of fresh water. Latest modelling shows, even in the unlikely case we can cap global warming to the 1.5 degree target, melting polar ice will push sea levels up by a centimetre a year come the end of the century, a rate fast enough to tangibly affect the futures of children alive today.